You want to become unstoppable, and you want to become and need to become a man that can operate at any level, under any circumstance, and for any situation. Now, it's currently Sunday. We've had a week of downtime, stepping back from training, and just mentally recharging after a long time of grinding. We had our fight last Saturday, and for me, after fights, I find that the hardest bit, the post fight, okay? Adrenaline's high, okay? You've just won a fight. Your brain is highly stimulated from the victory, from the fight camp, from the reward. And for me to shut down and take a few days off from training, I always find that quite hard to do because I'm someone who trains hard, who trains with intention, and really enjoys the hard work of it all. Taking a step back has always been a challenge for me. So after this fight, I had a post fight plan scheduled and made to make sure I was getting the right downtime that my body needed to come back to business, to life, to boxing with high energy. And we've had a fantastic week, and we've done a lot better this time around. Now I'm back to training tomorrow fully as it stands. I'm back to full nutrition with the training, and I'm back to full business. I've been doing a lot of business work this week, but still spending a bit more time with my family and things like that as well. It's important as a man that you're able to catch up and still prioritize different things in your life at certain points. What I do not mean by that is you take your foot off the gas because I've just said that. You need to know when it's time to put 100% effort into certain situations, and you need to know when it's time to rest and recharge the mind. There's a lot of people out there, right, especially guys that do not even work hard, yet they're out there acting like they work hard and they're resting like they work hard. The reason why this week has been phenomenal is because I've truly put in the work and I've had the downtime off the back end of it as well. That is the way it should be. You should be putting in the work, being relentless with it, and when it's time to switch off for a certain period of time, not switch off, okay, but just recharge the brain and body and rest up. For example, after a fight camp that I've had, then it's time to do it. Now, to be unstoppable, that has to be the goal. Now, what I mean by that is, no matter who you are, right, watching this video right now, but I know you're a man of progression, or a man who has the seed of that in his mind. You might find yourself in a position or have a circumstance playing out at the moment that is maybe not ideal. Maybe causing a bit of chaos. It's maybe pulling you off track slightly. It's messing up how you feel towards your goal. Whatever it is. What I've learned from my life, right, is you want to become unstoppable and immune to chaos, to the things happen around you, to the noise. When you can stand in chaos and you're in order, then you're extremely powerful. When you're growing, you're going to hit a new level constantly. That means your circumstance, your situation, your environment will test you as you go. Now, what I mean by this, right? It doesn't matter who you are, you're going to face challenges. If you do not let the challenges sway you, dictate your emotions, dictate how you feel about yourself, about achieving your goals, about the state that you're in, then you are extremely powerful. It doesn't matter what someone says to you, doesn't matter what they present you, doesn't matter if your bank balance goes to zero tomorrow, you're still feeling the same way. You're still feeling strong, powerful, and ready to take life on. Because too many times that I've seen with guys, right, and even me in the past, up to this point, and try to be a man who's building and growing and seeking higher levels of understanding, is you tend to be all in, be feeling great, right, be feeling like you can accomplish your goals when everything's going well. Job's going well, there's no issues, there's no stress in your business, you know what to do with your routine. But as soon as something comes in, the way that throws all that off, you start doubting yourself, questioning yourself, you're caught up in drama, you start speaking more negative, you're getting caught up with what people are saying more, you're more concerned about the worldly views instead of building your own life, and you're knocked off track. Now that's a clear indication that you're not on the path of self-mastery, you're not at a level that you think you are. Because if your energy changes, if your demeanor changes through a circumstance, a situation, then you're not all in that state. For you to change truly, and for you to change how your old paradigm thinks, that old mental program, then you need to be all in, and all in the state that you're creating. And it goes like this. You need to spend time building what it is that you want in life. And where do you build it? Up in here. Because it's in here that dictates how you feel, and that dictates what action that you take. If you have no idea where it is you're going, or you don't know the ins and outs of the life that you want to build, and by that I mean the man that you want to be, then how can you conduct yourself in a certain way? To break it down, the most simple formula, right? You have a desire. You have a life that you want. You have a level that you want to get to. You just have to act in accordance with that, right? But the world will try and put so much noise, doubt, anxiety, unnecessary drama, chaos, and things that are not aligned with the place that you're going, that you get swayed off track and you forget what you were doing in the first place. Now, me personally, I'm known for my focus. I'm known for my self-discipline. And the reason that I've got extremely high focus and discipline, right, when it comes to life, because I've been through the most chaotic times. I've been through the lowest moments, right? I've really been on the battlefield of life, learning from my mistakes. And it comes down to awareness and higher levels of understanding, meaning that we see more than the average person because we put more work in on the correct things to get certain results. You don't just wake up and magically have the life that you want or start to become the man that you truly want to be. This takes calculated precision, right? And it takes a certain level of work. You will not find me in the pubs anymore. You will not find me going out to the pubs on the weekend. You won't find me drinking, okay? My weekends are filled with boxing, business, family, building myself up. The past me 5 years ago was out at the pub, was complaining about life, was doing all the things that I'm not doing today. The reason my life's changed because the actions that I'm engaged in are different. But if you take that a step back, the person I'm up in here is different as well. So if you're going to change, you have to become unstoppable to circumstances. You have to become immune to what's going on around you. And that means what the news is telling you as well. The news, right, or the world might be telling you that the world's ending, that the world is going to the devil, right? That is nonsense. The world, how you view it, right, will be how you perceive it. I see a totally different world to how I did 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, even a year ago, because I'm constantly evolving and growing. The world that I choose to see is the world that I'm building. The beliefs that I'm choosing to have are the ones that I'm supporting, that are aligned with where it is that I'm going. The reason you keep failing or you're not hitting the level that you want to hit is because you're engaging in the wrong things. You're getting too caught up on what he or she's saying or what it's saying on the news or what's happening over there. And you're not focused on your task at hand. You're not focused on your own plate, as they say. If you narrow your focus on the specific things, life has to change. There cannot be any other way. And I've demonstrated this time and time again. And it means cutting out all the dead weight. And that's not just people. That's things. It's the music you're listening to. It's the habits that you're maybe unconscious of that you're following through with each and every day that are just not serving you. It's what you're eating. It's your level of physical training. It's the thoughts that you have about yourself. You're going to have to cut off all this dead weight. And sometimes that means cutting off people from your life because they're just not getting you to the place you want to get to. As I've grown over the past 5 years, now the reason I say 5 years because that was the time frame that's taken me to get to this point. 5 years ago when I was at my lowest point, I was at rock bottom, and it's been a slow, gradual transition since then. my circles get smaller and smaller, right? And I've started to meet, and I've met some real people over the past year to 2 years, because I've changed so much, right? But I've had to let a lot of people go in my life. Some were bad people, some weren't bad people at all, but we just did not align. The view that I had on life, the place that I was going, they could not come with me. And if they did try to come with me, my progress would not be there. And that's the harsh reality of life. So you have to decide who it is that you want to be, the level of man that you want to operate at. And you're going to have to make some tough choices along the way as well. Now, my response to that is get on with it. You've got to deal with it. If you're trying to live a life like this, then expect these things to happen. People will switch up on you, okay? When you start moving in a certain way and you're thinking and acting outside the box and you're not doing what everyone else around you is doing, of course people are going to feel a certain way, because most people aren't using their mindset. Most people are not tapped into higher levels of understanding. Most people are insecure. Most people, right? And by most, I do not mean all. I mean majority of people, a higher percentage of the masses, cannot use their mind. They don't understand themselves. So if they see you winning or trying to get out of the box, they're going to feel a certain way. And you have to get used to it and continue to persist in the life that you want to build, because you'll meet fantastic people along the way. You'll meet some solid people with good, strong character, because that's who you are. But you have to become immune to anything that's going on around you that it looks like on the surface that it could pull you off track, but it just doesn't, because you are so strong, because you are so gripped on the vision that you want to build, because you are so aligned. Sometimes you'll have to walk in chaos. Life isn't always going to be smooth sailing and easy. There'll be times where, again, you'll wake up, maybe you get less money in the bank than you hoped. Maybe something's happened in your home life or personal life. Maybe you've been let go in your work. If you crumble there, what good is that? If you can only be feeling at your best when life's going well, what good is that truly? There's a saying that I say, right? Even when it's bad, it's good. Even when it's bad, it's good. Now, what I mean by that is, even when the situation appears to be bad through the lens of someone else, in my reality and how I perceive the world, it's good. Staying complete balanced, staying complete aligned to the place that I'm going. This is high level talk here, and only a few will understand, because only a few are willing to put in the work. Only a few are truly willing to put in the work. Now you decide what level that you want to be on. Now, if you take anything away from this video today, is be immune to circumstances that are not in favour to where it is you're going. And you achieve the goals that you truly want to achieve. Now, if anything resonated, comment in the comment section below. And I'll see you all in the next video.